Alright, and with all the rares sorted, I'm almost done sorting bright lights. All I gotta do is Majestics and wait, what's today? Oh my god, Heavy Hitters comes out in like 2 weeks. What am I doing still sorting bright lights? This is a terribly written script. Get this out here. Oops. So, that's actually not what I'm talking about. Though that was true, I actually am still working on sorting bright lights. It's been kind of hard to find time for that. But no, I want to talk about pre-release. Pre-release is coming up soon, and I want to give a little bit of advice to anyone who's either never been to a pre-release or has not been to very many of them. And I have 2 heroes here because I've been to 2 pre-releases, one for Outsiders and one for Bright Lights. One of these was a great time. The other one, I really hurt myself, and I'll explain that. So if you've never been to a pre-release before, I highly recommend it if you enjoy Flesh and Blood or interested in Flesh and Blood. It's not a competitive event. It is a celebration of a new set coming out, and it is open to anyone who wants to come in. You come in, you pay your money, you get 6 packs. Usually it's a sealed event, so you get 6 packs. You open those 6 packs, make a deck that follows the rules, which in Bright Lights was 40 cards, no, 30 to 40 cards of Bright Lights, and Outsiders was, it just had to be 30 or more, I think. Make that deck, and you play. And depending on the store you go to, you'll win stuff. You'll win playmats by random roll or by winning events. You'll win packs, and you get to meet people and have a fun time. I highly recommend it. But it's also a competitive game still. The event itself isn't competitive, but the game is, and you kind of have to know what you're doing before you make mistakes. So let's talk about Azalea here and the Outsiders pre-release. My very first pre-release, it went really well. I ended up going 3-1 or 4-1 or something, and I picked Azalea. But I didn't pick Azalea because my cards were good. I am a huge advocate of the hashtag Azalea cult, believe it or not. And when Azalea was announced to be released in Outsiders, I locked in on Azalea. I knew how I was going to play her from the get-go. It also, I just got lucky that, well, my cards worked with Azalea. I had a bunch of 4 or more attack arrows and a few blues to activate abilities. And I pulled the legendary chest piece, trench coat something, which really helped in the draft, no, the sealed back then. Back then, you could use cold foils in your sealed pool. Let's skip forward to Bright Lights, and I made the same mistake. I was on the Max Nitro train. I wanted to play Max Nitro at my sealed event. So I got my cards, looked through it, made a deck, and went 0-4. It was so bad that my last game, I just didn't care I lost. It was just defeated. In fact, that was my shortest game. Like, the first game was good, second game went downhill, third game went downhill, fourth game I lost to an easy attack reaction I could have seen coming. Why? Why did I have such a good time forcing this hero, such a bad time forcing this hero? Well, that's a mistake you can make, is not paying attention to your cards. When I looked at my cards afterwards, I realized I had a very decent, if not good, Dash database deck. Had I focused on that, maybe I still would have gone 0-4, but I would have had way more fun playing. And that's something to think about. What do your cards want you to play? The 6 new heroes, I don't know much about them. I haven't been paying too much attention, but you'll notice that there are 3 classes and 2 heroes for each class, similar to Outsiders. Look at what your cards tell you to do. If you got a bunch of warrior cards that are really good, look at Olympia and Kasai. Don't just force Kasai because, oh, Kasai my favorite, Kasai good. You can do that, but I can't guarantee you'll have a good time. Look at Olympia too. See if Olympia can do it for you. Maybe see if you have enough Brute cards to try Brutes. Rhinar, KO, they're pretty good. Betsy, Victor Goldmane. I'm not going to say much about Victor because I don't know much about him, but I heard that if you have the right cards, he's pretty good. But Betsy's really popular for a reason. Look at your cards and see what they tell you. If you don't know, ask someone. It's an event, but people are friendly. They will tell you. They'll give you advice. Can you say, hey, I don't understand this card. Can you help explain it to me? They'll gladly explain it to you or point you in the direction of someone who can. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say is have fun at your pre-release. If you are interested in Flesh and Blood, if you like Warriors, Brutes, and Guardians, if you like the wager mechanic, if you like the clash mechanic, if you like intimidating people, if you like attack reactions, if you like the return of that attack reaction, the blue attack reaction, go. Have fun. It only costs a little bit of money. You'll get packs. You might win more packs, and you could win a playmat. Just keep in mind that ever since Bright Lights, adult heroes are going to be harder to get. Anyways, I've been the Jank Mechanologist. That's been my advice on pre-release. I hope the 5 people who watched this enjoyed it, and go out there and rock your pre-release. Have a good evening, weekend, night, whatever. I'm going to go work on something else.